Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. I'm Drew Saplin.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Griff.
I'm Armando.
And I'm Drew Saplin. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Like
God.
fucking up.
You
So
okay?
I
Half
wanna,
court three.
I don't like starting things.
No.
Go ahead. What?
I wanted to specify to everyone. Technically, I am filling in for Gus this week,
Mhm.
but
You're a diva.
yeah. But the three of us are managed by Drew Saplin,
Right.
our boss.
Hello.
Who demanded that he be in the boss's chair for this episode.
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
Right before the show started, it wasn't about you having a good or bad side, Armando.
No,
No.
it was about you
I
being
said,
our boss.
I'm the boss. By God, I'm sitting in that chair.
Put me in that chair.
Here's
and then you went, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Correct. 30 seconds before it started. Here's the thing I don't know that I can do or not. I don't think I can fire any of you. I might be your boss, but like I don't think I have the power to be like,
You mean
In that case.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Like it
in
doesn't.
that case?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You might
bleep
cheer
that one
them.
out so we can
Yeah.
still sell ads on this one.
I think most of my job is just to look at your calendars and go, yeah, okay, yeah, you could probably do that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like 90% of my job.
When
and
you
approving
say
PTO.
you say you don't know if you could fire us, do you mean because we've become such good friends?
No,
Or
not
do you mean
emotionally at all. I could
logistically?
fire you
Yeah, okay.
like without
Wow.
without remorse.
You wouldn't care.
I've got ice water in my goddamn veins. I could fire you anytime, but
Right.
don't know if it would actually stick.
Right.
So to fill you guys in, and I promise this isn't what the whole episode's going to be about, but I just thought it was interesting because the four of us work all in the same department. We were working
Yeah.
pro dev,
Yeah.
which is sort
We're
of a
behind the scenes, like a behind the scenes people.
we're like a cult that
Yeah.
runs
Little
things
cult.
in the shadows.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the internal Rooster Teeth cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
We're the Illuminati of
Truly.
Rooster Teeth.
A little bit,
Kinda.
kinda.
every
Pull
so
strings.
every so often, yeah. Yeah,
Every
we
once in a while. We made
develop-
trucked up.
Well, you guys
True.
made Trucked Up, and then I came in and ruined it, and
We
then
made
somehow
Trucked
got a fucking credit out of it.
Yeah. You
You
came in
know-
and said, I got bits, and
Yeah.
then somehow got a story producer credit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
You did edits.
so the full story is that I did so many bits that you, the director of Trucked Up, told me, if you do any more bits, this is going to become the Armando show.
Right.
A phrase that my mom used to say to me as a child. She used to say, this isn't the Armando show. Fucking stop. And so in order to quell my...
This is church, mijo. This is church.
This
This
is not
is
the
not the
Armando
Armando show.
It's even worse because that's exactly how she said it, and she's my white mom. Confuse the hell out of everyone. And so in order to make me stop, you were like, we'll give you a writer's credit. And then that turned into a story producer credit.
That's because it's
so
like if
funny.
you start making stories for other people, because right now you're only making stories for yourself, make stories for other folks. I'll give you a little something, something, and then
Yeah.
that way everybody benefits from your creative
Fluff
genius.
up your IMDb.
And then it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
I enjoyed it a lot. Now we're all here together. We're also like a little peek behind the curtain, pre-recording this episode.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's 9 in the morning.
It's 9 a.m, and I was on this podcast set less than 24 hours ago.
Oh my God, you were.
Yeah,
We
I was
finished-
in that chair.
And I was in
not
that
12,
chair.
yeah, not 12 hours ago.
That, yeah, it wasn't even 12. Was it 12? Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
It's-
12. It was like literally 12 hours ago.
yeah,
And we
for the horniest episode of all time.
That's what I was gonna
And here's
talk
the thing
about.
about
I wanna-
our department and everybody except for me. The horniest bunch.
I'm
Y'all are
sorry.
the horniest bunch.
I'm sorry.
It is hard to manage with that amount of like, hey, great, they're talking about sex again.
I
What do I
wanted to
do?
apologize formally to the podcast
Please
listening
do.
audience.
Can we punch in?
can we
Can we punch in?
Hey guys, I'm so sorry that not yesterday, last week. Last week's episode was so horny. It got off the rails. It got away from us. It's not going to happen again. I promise.
That is a promise you absolutely can't.
Can you
keep.
punch in
And-
on me?
Yeah.
Can you punch in on? Come.
No.
No!
Stop.
God!
Stop it. Stop it.
Could you punch in on me? Ropes.
Ooh.
Enough.
So anyway, yeah. I think it's like so. We, Griff hosting, and then it like pans over, and it's Blizz. And it's like, well, it's over.
Oh yeah.
It's over.
It's
Yeah.
It's over. It's your.
Well,
It's over. It's
you-
fucking over.
Well, people click out for one of two reasons at that point.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, if you can make it past the Griff Blizz fucking gauntlet, then you're good.
Then you're
Right.
good.
You're good. You'll watch the whole app.
That's the completion rate of 100%.
Which also Blizz has too, by the way. That man has never not finished.
Bravo.
We're getting dangerously close to repeating history here, so
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
Well-
but I
we'll pull out of that fucking nosedive.
Drew will never pull out. Drew had a theory that he told me of why we've gotten so horny. Do you want to share it, or you want me to air?
No,
out?
go ahead and share
Okay.
it because I don't remember. I have a short-term memory loss, so as soon as I say things, I forget them.
Yeah.
The reason is because Andrew has decided to put himself back out on the market.
Oh, right.
yeah, I
Which
think
means
that's
that
what it
you
is.
opened up the floodgates.
Because
Yeah.
it was like balanced, where it was like Armando and Kayla always talking about horny shit, but then you decided to like turn on you started to warm up the engine.
I was living a pretty monastic existence.
Yeah.
You didn't
for-
see people
Like
for
it's
3 years.
like deservedly so. You
Yeah.
should be getting back out there. I'm just saying, like now as a collective,
Yeah,
I'm in charge of the horniest department at Rooster Teeth.
and we all know
Cool. Great.
We all know what gymnastic means.
Monastic?
Yeah,
Like a monastery,
You're
like a
living a
monk?
fantastic.
I was living
lifestyle.
a gymnastic existence.
Yeah.
I was hitting them parallel bars, those uneven
Back
bars.
handspring.
Yeah, I was
Now
doing
I'm
back
picturing
handsprings.
you in like the onesie,
leotard?
the singlet, just
Yeah.
like doing the pommel horse alone in your apartment.
Yeah.
crying.
Crying, just like clapping your hands. So much chalk.
So much chalk.
So much chalk.
Yeah, how's it been going?
The gymnastic existence, fantastic. I've almost got a running round off back handspring backflip.
Nice.
Yeah, almost got that down to a science.
You're gonna go gold this year.
I think I'm qualifying. I think I'm qualifying in for the Olympics this year.
I think
And
qualifying would be cool.
This is an important one, the one that happens this year.
The summer one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Summer games.
is it actually?
Isn't it happening like this year?
No, it's 2023. It's every 4 years.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I
the
thought
next
that.
year.
I
It's
thought
either
that.
a 0
I thought
or a
so.
4.
So
Why am I seeing so much skateboarding on my timeline?
What? Because
What?
Kayla.
Look at your outfit. Of course, why are you saying so
Well,
much?
I saw the skateboarding with like announcers and like it was like a bunch of like, and I was like, oh, it's gotta be like the Summer Olympics happening right
Wait,
now because why else would I be seeing sports on my timeline?
Is
Because Bam
skateboarding-
Margera's
They
still
put
at large.
it in this year.
it's an Olympic sport?
Yeah, that's why I thought I was
Yeah,
seeing
dog.
it.
Oh my
It was
god!
one last time too,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's been around for a little bit.
Nike SB made a really cool collab
Oh, yeah.
about it.
That's all. I can't wait to see
And
like
the Nike SB shoes are fucking awesome.
They're fucking sick. I almost bought the kit. If the kit wasn't $500, I would have fully bought it. It looks so
Wow.
sick. It
I
was
can't
so
wait
sick.
to see
Golly.
fucking like I don't know little kids from like Cuba just fucking
Okay,
going
shredding.
in
You're
on the
joking,
bowl.
but like that's what's been on my timeline. It's just been like this girl is 13-year-old. This is like a little 13-year-old Japanese girl, and she fucking rips. And this is a little girl from Australia. She also fucking rips.
Yeah, it's like they
Fucking
take the
rocks.
like who used to do gymnastics, the
and they
little
make them
kids,
skateboard.
Yeah.
and they make them skateboard. So
Yeah.
they're just busting like 1080s and shit now.
Dude, it's I've never felt like so proud of a generation because I'm just like these kids are fucking ripping. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome.
fucking
Well,
ripping and dipping. dude.
Yeah.
It's because like you watch them and it's like, oh, they look weightless. It's because they virtually
They're
are.
80
Like,
pounds,
it's like
yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
your
think-
bones are like not even solid yet.
Yeah, when I
And
was a
you're like,
13-year-old girl, I was probably like 70 pounds, 75 pounds.
yeah, just doing fucking like indie nose bones and shit. Like,
I just love the idea of somebody being like, "No, these cargo shorts are regulation."
No, but literally.
Yeah.
There's like this one girl, I was like, she's got on regulation dickies. Those are that's a wide pant leg.
That's a wide leg.
It's a wide leg for sure. Wide and short.
I've always loved the idea of like, because they don't put every sport that exists into the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because some of them wouldn't be fair. Like I've always wondered, like, what would Olympic football look like?
Oof.
Like
But
American.
they have like
football.
Olympic basketball, so it's like, why would they not have
Basketball's an
Everyone
easier
plays
sport to play.
basketball, though.
Sure.
Yeah, football is a very American
It's
sport.
extremely.
Oh yeah, we just decimate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we breed people for football.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine. Like, it'd be like how we can't make good soccer players.
But also, there's Olympic rugby, so it's like it's really
Again,
just every
everyone
sport.
plays
It's a
rugby,
different
It's
though.
Olympic, but
It's different, though.
Olympic cricket, like it's every sport but
Like,
football.
A football player would obliterate a rugby player.
Yeah.
Here, ooh,
I don't know.
I don't
about
know
that.
because
I think
see,
so. one on one, not a team.
Okay, one-on-one maybe, but I would put it to you that a rugby team would out crazy the football. And
Oh,
I mean, I mean
100%.
like in terms of like pure psychotic human endurance.
Oh, yeah,
like
no,
they
for
would
sure.
they would
It goes-
destroy their own body in order to like.
It goes rugby, soccer, football. Like that's the level of intensity I feel.
I think you mean rugby, football.
That's
Oh.
right
football, football.
Yeah.
Football.
Because like,
Sorry.
every time I've seen a game of rugby, it's
Yeah.
like oh, those men, like someone is getting wheeled off on
Yeah.
a fucking gurney.
Can I
Like,
It's
explain
also
to
no
you?
pads.
Can I explain to you my thought process every time I see a rugby clip? Because they
Yeah.
do pop up. I go, oh, shit, fuck yeah! I don't understand this.
yeah.
What happened?
What's going
Did
on?
he do good?
I like to cry whenever they do the haka at the beginning because it's really
Oh,
emotional.
I love that.
It
It's really
is.
emotional. I like that part
I
too.
fucking love a good
It's my-
haka.
I love a good hockey.
I think that I don't know. I get what you're saying about rugby players just being like endurance as hell and just like really fucking able to power
Yeah.
through.
Rowdy.
I just mean that football players are massive.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
the
Yeah,
difference-
yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
we're talking about mass hitting mass, that's what I mean. The football player
Yeah.
would obliterate a rugby.
Oh, from
Even-
like a physics and force
Like, if we
perspective.
threw
them at
Like
each
if you-
other,
if you had the-
yeah.
if
We
you had them on
watched
like a crash test dummy track and you just ran them at each other at
Yeah.
full blast.
Yeah.
The rugby player would be a fine miss.
Right.
Yes.
But I also believe that like rugby is an excuse for guys to drink because
Oh, I
like
thought you
it
were
is the
gonna say
most
touch each
drink
other.
it is the most drinkingest sport of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like we need to do something before going to a bar.
That's bro.
What should
this
we
is,
do?
This
That's
is
all
that's what I was
intramural
saying.
sports.
When I watch clips of rugby, every single clip looks like somebody just fucking chugged a beer and went, "Watch this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking goes for it. It's awesome, dude.
My favorite.
Just da-da-da-da-da-da-da,
Yeah.
fucking got their like Popeye on with
My-
a fucking lager.
My favorite member of the rugby team is the twink they throw.
Whatever that. Yeah. The
Yeah.
cheerleader.
Yeah, because
The-
they're
the
always
jockey?
huge. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
always huge, and they have like one twink that they just like, launch into the air. That's my favorite rugby person.
I
You ever play rugby?
no, I played
hard.
I played football.
You're kidding.
When you're like they are the coaches.
find-
yeah,
the coaches,
they come
the
to
coaches
you.
put on a bib and a fork and knife and look at you. Like,
that was what I was gonna say. Is
Mm.
like when I was a kid, for the most part, I never felt like sexualized or weirded out or like creeped on or anything for the most part. But I do remember the first time I walked into my 8th grade history teacher's class, who was the high school football coach.
Yeah.
And I walked in and he was like, "Damn. Oh, you would look good in some pads, baby." So again, not a
That boy
creep. He was just
thick.
like, "I want you to hit another man for
Yeah.
me."
Oh.
Dude, there was this guy I went to high school with. His name was Fred. He was on the football team.
Of course.
This dude was so big his thighs couldn't fit in the desk when we were in like 10th grade. Like his
boy.
gams were so thick. This man had to, because you know like the desks that connect to the chair.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had to
Yeah.
sit like one leg kind of like this and the
God.
other one
he had to
fully
sit side
out.
saddle.
He
and
had to sit side saddle. That dude
Fucking
was so huge. And then there's
Jesus.
this other guy, Garrett, who had like he looked 40 when we were in high school.
Dude,
He
whatever
looked
like that
40.
7th grader with the beard is. Like
Yes,
it's
yes.
yeah.
He had like male pattern baldness, and he shaved his head, and he had like an Amish beard.
Yeah.
In like 10th, 11th grade,
Well,
it was crazy.
Let's not make fun of people who can grow a beard and not a mustache. But
No, he had a mustache.
I love that you're saying all of the most fucking football playing ass names I've ever heard. Yeah, there was Fred,
Fred,
there
Garrett,
was Garrett, my friend Dylan. Yeah, Jesus, man.
But Connor laxed.
I remember so that was kind of like the sign of the football players when you had to request special desk, which
Yeah.
was a desk and a chair detached.
Separate.
Right.
Because if you were me, my knees were too tall. And
Yeah.
I couldn't like you've seen me sit
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
where like even now I can't
Yeah.
sit down normal. They go
Yeah.
up.
We can't do booths.
Yeah. We can't.
We can't sit at booths at restaurants.
When you would do that, there was a kid though that we called him Scobie. Well, actually, we called him Scooby because his last name was Scobie, and
They issued him a longboard at birth.
Yeah.
Scooby was.
Just Armando went to stereotype high.
That kid was born with a mullet.
He's not. Here's the thing. His last name was Scobie. We called him Scooby. He asked us to call him Scooby. He was our like golden ticket football player.
Okay.
Where we were like, oh, when he's on the field, we're fucking winning. He was so fucking strong and big. And what are these? The traps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
traps.
His traps were so big that he physically could not move his head anymore. So one of the best things that we would do to the new players, to freshman players, we would go tap on his shoulder and then try to stay behind him.
so he couldn't see.
Because he would do that, where it was.
But the trick was when you tapped him on the shoulder, it broke your finger
Right,
because his
yeah.
traps were so tough. Ow!
Imagine being so buff that you become a hazing ritual.
Yeah, that's so funny. Our dude for that, his name was Kindichi. I think he went to the NFL.
Yeah,
Our school built our entire senior year was built around that guy to the point that we defunded our art department so that we could fund football more. And then when we got the state championship, the principal fucked off. That's all he wanted. He wanted to get the title so he could like go superintendent or some shit, and he just fucked off. Also,
I like the idea that like it's Super Saiyan.
yeah,
he went superintendent.
Also, the weird part about it was like
his social climbing levels are maximum.
The weird part
Superintendent
was that like he defunded all of the arts programs to boost the football program, but part of that was we had a fine arts hallway, so it was like chorus, band, orchestra, art. And there was like murals for each of them on each section of the wall. He painted over it like white. He just painted over the mural. That costs more money than defunding the art department. He just painted over it.
Truly, like we talked about, truly Warden from fucking The Longest Yard energy. Like
no fun.
Like really, just like you're going to be my ticket to to the governor's office.
It's because my school was a funnel of white boys to UGA. Like every white boy at my school was like, I'm going to go to UGA just like my brother and my daddy and his daddy before him.
Wait, you grew up in the South. Did you have a bunch of kids who dipped in class?
No. By the time I got there, by my like sophomore year, a lot of we had 1,200 people in my freshman class. They had to build a second school. So a lot of the people who would do that went to the second school, and then all of the ethnic kids were mostly at my school.
Hell yeah!
They literally segregated their school. It's crazy.
That's insane.
I went to a segregated school. They built a new school. It's crazy.
We're similar ages, and by the time I was in high school, it was no longer cool at all to do any tobacco
nicotine.
or nicotine.
Wait, because you were like right in the early years of the vape nation.
Yeah, but it wasn't cool yet.
Vaping was lame.
Yeah,
right.
Vaping was lame for a long time.
They didn't like it, and
until
also
Juul came out. And Juul made it really cool.
Yeah,
until Juul came out, and then cocaine came back in fashion.
Yeah.
Where people just like hitting Juul so fucking hard.
The oldest I've ever felt was like this TikTok before TikTok was TikTok. It's a kid with a USB stick at a party, like giving it to people. And people put it in their mouths, and I didn't get it. And then, like a year later, I found out what a Juul was, and that's when I felt old for the first time. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, they're USB sticks."
I remember that I used to like steal cigarettes from my stepdad, and Miller time, and
Miller time.
I would still steal his cigarettes, fucking Marlboro Red Stripe, fucking Cowboy Killers, baby.
Nice.
Oh my God.
And then I would smoke them on my way to school. And then I remember one time I showed up to homeroom, and this kid Nathan went, "It smells like a shitty campfire in here," and I went, "Yeah."
Spraying CK1 on your fingers.
It just like it wasn't like a cool thing to do.
Yeah, smoking.
I just
high school scent.
I just dated like Curve.
Yeah,
Curve was Curve. Yeah.
I have a bottle of Curve in my car now.
That's crazy.
A bottle of Curve in a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you reaching for?
She pulls out a bottle.
She's got a gun.
A little.
Little perfume.
So I think
scents.
y'all should this podcast should become a scent podcast. You guys are so into. We went to lunch the other day, and all you guys were like, we all wear the same kind of stuff.
Me and Andrew both like Ombre Leather by Tom Ford.
Yeah, who doesn't?
It's the best. It's honestly,
I think
controversial. The only good Tom Ford scent.
If people meet us in the wild, the three of us all smell pretty much the same.
Yeah, we all have the same scent family.
Tyler, come smell this.
Come here. Smell this. That's good. It's good, right?
So,
how much money was this?
That's so expensive.
I am the least coordinated person I know. How much was this?
That's because you know what? There was no pressure to catch it, so you caught it.
Correct.
There wasn't like, it wasn't like this is expensive.
It was $40 for
$40.
a 5 milliliter sample.
Oh my God!
The full bottle is $380.
Look at this. It
smells
this is 40
so
money.
good.
It's $380 or $320 for a full bottle.
If I would have thrown it at you and gone $300, you would have fucking.
I would have fucked it up.
You would have
Oh,
whipped.
it smells so good.
You just pull off the top.
Yeah, just pop the top off.
I want to Oh, I can still smell it. It smells so good.
It's really good.
What are your notes? Hold on, is it? Little vanilla,
A little bit.
little like a leather couch.
Leather, tobacco, bergamot,
Yeah.
lavender.
It's
Dude, I'm
got-
such a sucker for bergamot.
I don't
Didn't
know
even
what
know it was
happened
a
to me
citrus.
last year.
Commodities,
Got horny
bergamot
about
is my
it, yeah.
favorite.
If you ever, so this is my problem with
It's so
like
good, right?
scent shit, and especially like the stuff that they're doing. The way that they describe scents to me is not at all attractive.
Have you watched Party Down?
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite. What's Ron Swanson's wife's name? I can never remember.
Megan Mullally.
Megan
Megan
Mullally?
Mullally.
I love Megan Mullally.
There's an episode where they go to what's his name's house, and she's just explaining wines. She's like, "Oh, this tastes like sticks and rope," and it's just
Yeah.
like that's how I feel about when
we
people.
talk about
Yeah.
scents.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so that's the thing is you were like guessing the shit,
Yeah.
and you were like, so it smells like vanilla, which to me is like, I don't want to smell sticky. I don't want to smell like ice cream.
Right.
Then you're like, and then I'm getting notes of tobacco and
Yeah,
a leather
tobacco
couch.
and leather. And I didn't say leather
tobacco
couch. I said
smells
leather.
great.
Leather
You
cord.
fucking. This is what I'm saying. Is I used to smoke
No,
cigarettes,
no,
in
no,
not-
no.
not
It's
smoke-
not. It's not. Okay,
Like the
tobacco
plant.
smells sweet.
Right.
Tobacco, like a tobacco accord, is a very sweet scent. Not like a smoked cigarette. Like it's not. It doesn't
Tobacco
smell-
Accord is what I've been driving for the
if-
last 12 years.
If
And I
you,
disagree.
if you go into an actual like tobacco
Tobacco
shop,
shop, yeah.
first you'll have to brush by the most ponytailed men in history,
Yeah.
and who just got off their recumbent bikes
Yeah.
to go into a tobacco shop.
to get undried
Oh,
tobacco.
yeah.
By the way, they like to dry their own.
Yeah, they like to try their own. But you go into an actual tobacco shop, it smells fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It smells so
Cigarettes
good.
are so like processed and have so much shit in them to like make.
No,
like,
you're like
a tobacco just smells like it's like potpourri almost. Like, but
yeah,
but,
because
as
it's
long
like-
as you're
it's-
not smoking it,
if
it
you're
smells
not,
great.
yes,
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't burn, it smells really good.
yeah.
Still really cool though.
But
I still think it's cool.
but
Smoking school.
Smoking cigarettes?
No, it makes you look cool as
It
hell.
makes you look cool as
Yeah,
fuck.
we can all agree. It
Yeah.
makes you look
Every
cool.
time-
it's the
I've-
worst thing on earth for you. But let's
I've
face
been mildly interested in a person before and then watch them light up a cigarette and then just be like, I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
This is
Please don't leave me.
It's
being drunk at a bar and
it's the
lighting up a
sexiness of the
cigarette.
death drive. I was gonna say so going back to the like describing scents, it's because when you talk about like I think for the most part most people are conditioned, but most people experience scents in a very like Bath and Body Works sort of
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So when someone says vanilla, what you're expecting is your guidance counselor's fucking
Yeah,
vanilla
your
candle,
warm cookie.
Warm
cookie
cookie.
in their fucking office, and it's like
But
God
when you
in
like
heaven.
layer vanilla with a bunch of other stuff, it just like makes it different.
I get what you're saying, but I've also realized that like this smells pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't want it because to me it still smells too sweet.
Sure.
I've told you guys and I've shown you like the stuff that I like where it's
Yeah.
like the base notes are like earthy and dirt.
You know what you would like? I have a
Patchouli.
perfume you would like.
Yeah.
No, I have this one from Aesop called Eremia, and it smells like a forest after it rains in an
Ooh.
apocalypse.
Jesus.
Imagine
This
the city.
is-
Imagine the world has ended.
Notes of blood and
No,
nuclear
Yeah.
waste.
no. Imagine the
This
world
one's
has
called.
ended.
This one's called Cormac McCarthy's The Road.
Imagine the
Okay.
world has ended, right? People are gone, and the wilderness has reclaimed the city.
Uh-huh.
That's what it's and it
Calvin
rains.
Klein,
That's what it
tetanus.
smells like.
It says it's got base notes of patchouli and top notes of no matter how hard you try, you'll never get your old life back.
Yeah.
It's all gone down.
No, there's no people anymore. There are no people. That's what it smells
Oh,
like.
that's
It's
what-
so good.
The Last of Us. Okay.
I may have talked about this before on the podcast, but that used to be a recurring nightmare I had as a child. It was a zombie apocalypse, and we would just be walking, and the world would be completely empty, and I never had to fight zombies. It was just that feeling,
Just
that, like-
lonely.
There was no one to entertain.
Yeah. Well, I was a child, so I didn't care yet.
The Mondo show.
For me, it was like
me, how the world has ended. This is not the
I don't
Armando
think you guys understand how
I am
much of an
Pagliacci.
entertainer yeah. But doctor, I am the Armando show.
And Mondo cried for there were no more people to entertain.
I wept. Mondesi wept. I used to do this. I used to do so much little bullshit because I was always like,
Used to.
yeah, it's gotten worse. But like,
a word.
my mom tells a story about what I used to do when I was a kid. Is I would wake up before her, and then she would she would get up and start getting ready, and I would run outside and look around. and then come back inside. And I had this big cardboard box with a hole cut in it, like a square. And I would go like, welcome to Mom News. And today the weather is, and then I would just say what I saw outside. And she would be like, very good.
Too
very
adorable.
nice.
This is going to be a segment on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So much.
So much.
Yeah.
This is not a story I hear, and I'm like, wow, I never would have expected that.
Who knew?
I fully expected that.
Yeah, that Armando made a TV out of a box and would put on shows for people.
In the same way that it's not surprising that I smoked a pipe in college, it is also not surprising.
Can I? Jesus Christ.
I smoke non-tobacco cigarettes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I need you to be real with me. You ever wear a beret?
Ooh. I don't. Hard maybe.
Here's the real test though. If it was black, boo. If it was red, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck yeah,
If it was
dude.
fucking well, I was gonna say I did the same thing, Armando, except instead of a box, it was couch cushions. I made like a little theater out of couch cushions. I would do the same thing. So we're cut from similar cloths, my man.
I would take the family camcorder and like make music videos.
Hell
with
yeah.
my friends.
I've definitely told this before, but this is the stupidest fucking thing I ever did in my life. Is my grandmother on my dad's side, Mexican lady, lived over in like Indio, not India, Indio.
Yeah.
That's
Is
where
that
they
California?
Yeah, California.
Okay.
It's where they do Coachella every year.
Oh, okay.
She had a side hustle of like, because I lived in Los Angeles, she would take me when I was staying with my dad and my dad's family. She would be the one to drive me back to Los Angeles to drop me off to my mom. But what she would do before that is we would go down to downtown LA to the jewelry district and the fashion district, and she would buy a bunch of stuff at like bulk cheap prices and then take it back to Indio and sell it for like high markups.
Everything about you makes so much sense. The more I'm getting background on you.
And
you and your hustler mentality.
Yeah.
You got it from
Because
your abuela.
it's because my abuela was fucking dude. This woman gamed fucking Avon she realized that if she was a member of Avon, she could get discount prices on the products herself. So she would buy from herself all of the stuff that she needed to hit her quota and then resell it to other people at a higher markup because there was no one else, because she wasn't recruiting other people.
Right.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
She MLM'd the MLM.
That's so
but then
funny.
she became a Jehovah's Witness, so you get
Oh, no.
got.
You get
Scammer
got. Yeah,
Get
you live
got.
long enough to see
Everyone-
yourself become the
Yeah.
villain. Yeah.
Anyway, my point is, I would cry all the time when she would take me because it was boring as fuck, because it was just a bunch of people yelling in Spanish
You would
about the
love
price
that
of
now.
gold.
You would love that
I would
now.
love it so much.
You're gonna say you missed that in like a week.
I miss it now.
Yeah.
And one time when
But as a kid, interminable.
Oh,
she
absolutely
would
the worst.
buy me one toy every time we went there, and one time she bought me a toy, and what it was a fake security camera. And if you put in batteries and you like hung it up, it was motion censored, so if you went by, it would start going zzz, zzz, and that's all. It was just a fake security camera, but it looked like if you just held it still, it looked like a camera. And she got me that, and I took it to school, and I told everyone it was a real camera, and I filmed my first movie, which was called Super Flush, which was based off the rumor that we had at our school and every school, where if you flushed all the toilets at the same time, it would cause a super flush and the whole school would fall into the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All kids are the same.
Yeah, all kids are the
All
same.
kids are the same.
Except I
And
made
how did that get around
And
before
how did that
the
get
internet?
around?
How
There is
how
so
do we
much.
all make how does everyone's uncle work at Nintendo? There's so much stuff.
There is so much stuff that is like culturally ingrained in kids that I was never taught, that I was never like I just knew, and that all kids know, and makes if there's any indication that there is like more going on in the universe spiritually, it's how much stuff all kids have in
know.
common that was never taught to them. It was just like it's just part of culture that is universal across, at least in
Well, 'cause
America.
it's like, I mean, I think there's a 10-year difference between the oldest and youngest person on this podcast, and then geographically, like LA. I grew up like a little kid. I was in Kansas, Texas, Georgia, like all over the country.
Literally across the nation.
country, everybody knows that Marilyn Manson removed his 2 bottom ribs so he could suck his own dick.
Before
we all know
and
that.
I did not learn
100%.
that from the internet.
No. Pre-internet.
That was
I remember the day Nathaniel came to class and went, "You don't need to remove your ribs," and we went, "What?" And he thought it was cool, and in retrospect, it kind of was
Really cool.
But the thought process of a kid to go, it works, and then go to school and be like,
Guys,
I sucked my own dick, and thinking he would be like,
Lift it up. Yeah.
And everyone was
Rudy.
like, and then instead everyone was like, oh, gay, I think.
I think whatever
I'm
that
not sure.
is. Yeah.
Kind of weird. So when I went to Roswell, New Mexico, we were learning about aliens.
Yes.
Not to be confused.
Roswell, Rhode Island.
Yeah. Well, I've been to Roswell, France before.
Yeah.
When I went to Roswell, we went to the Alien Museum, and I had the question that I think everyone has of like, how come we always think of aliens as like humanoid? They got 2 legs, they got brain up here. And one of the arguments they made, convincing or otherwise, is that sometimes in nature, especially on Earth, but maybe throughout all of time, is that like the reason that things happen is because that is the best way to do it.
So it's crabs and trees, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything wants to be a crab. Like it's called the crabification. Like when you take an animal and like over eons of evolution, they wind up looking kind of crab-like.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
But then if you look at trees, so like I think it's the sequoia tree has more in common with a dandelion than it does with an elm tree.
Huh.
It's just that like that's how things should be and grow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So there is that theory. So like my thing that I posit is that every child eventually comes to the conclusion that if you flushed all the toilets in your school, the school would collapse.
Yeah.
Or
go up.
I think it's just a like it's how folklore exists. That's why we have Bigfoot. It's why it's like
Yeah.
it's how things like disseminate across time and space.
Yeah, it's just you come to that natural. Also, when I was a kid, this is apropos of almost nothing, but when I was a kid, I remember being thinking of like, oh shit, what was that thing? It was like it was a stupid song that we used to sing.
Did the Joker get away in it?
No, something about a Chevy.
American Pie?
no, it's the
No.
one about diarrhea.
Yeah. So there was a version
Wait,
not about diarrhea. And
When you're sliding into, or like, is it
Yeah,
when you're climbing up a ladder and you feel something splatter?
Yeah, when you're
diarrhea?
sitting in
Yeah.
the Chevy and you feel something heavy.
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. So I remember learning that from somebody's older brother and then singing that. And then I went to Mississippi and I heard another kid do it and I just went,
How'd you know?
who taught you?
Yeah.
And he was like, everyone knows that. And I went, but how? How do you, how?
How?
That's how I feel about like jump rope songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is
yeah.
it just
yeah.
like you have a cousin? Like, is like your cousin from another state?
And that
taught
must
you,
that
and
must
then
be
you-
it. It's just like you have cousins from other states that come in and teach you. You have older brothers that learn from somebody else.
Like, did you? I don't know how gender. Did you guys like jump rope?
Yeah.
I know
as
a
a
few
kid-
jump rope songs.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys have the one about King Kong?
No,
No.
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. So it was like I guess like a contest. So it's either double dutch or skipping rope, or they're turning the ropes for you, and it's like old King Kong had a rubber ding dong. What color was it? And then you have
you
to
do
say
colors?
as many colors as you can, and then like you stop when you're out. And
Pink.
Oh, no.
You're out.
Blue. I don't.
but I
Red.
remember like getting in trouble at school for doing it because I didn't have a concept of what a dildo was.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I want to know how this became a thing
Well, and then also there's just like you look back through those.
because I was like in my head a ding dong's a bell.
All
I
of those
thought it
things
was a
are
bell.
incredibly dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of that folklore, like children's folklore, is dark as hell. Like what is that jump rope song? That's like somebody has a baby and you wrap it up in toilet paper and send
yeah.
it down an escalator, and you're like, what?
What?
Like,
We
Yeah.
have a whole song that everyone knows about fucking killing Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I remember
I was 6.
the
when I
older
learned
I
that
got,
song.
the more of
Yeah.
the song I learned and the weirder
The
and
weirder
worse
it
it
get-
was.
Well,
The first one was like
Barney backlash
chop-
was weird.
chopped off Barney's head and stuffed it in the toilet or
yeah,
something
something
like
about
that.
flush it, yeah.
And then if
roasted, down,
you
roasted on a bar. Yeah, there's
yeah,
like,
at the end it was just like, and then I killed his family.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Just
this
get
7-year-old child.
Yeah.
You're up for
But-
adoption now. Sorry.
But I think that is in the proud tradition of all children's songs and stories being fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Because
supposed
all-
to
great.
make you
they make you
not-
behave.
They're supposed to make you not die early.
Yeah, it's like all the fucking Grimm's fairy tales, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that came from Germany was just like, hey, don't go into the
Yeah,
forest.
there were so many
you'll
ways
die.
to die as a child that they had to
Behave.
make up even more fucked up ways so you'd be actually scared.
So then but I think kids appropriated that and turned that macabre shit into their own
into
culture, and it's so fun. Like Ring Around the Rosie is about people dying from the fucking plague.
Yeah.
Like this
and then
is
burning the bodies.
Ashes to ashes.
Ashes
We all
you'll
fall down.
Yeah, that is a song that kids merrily sing as they like hold hands and walk in a circle. That is about people dropping dead from the plague.
Yeah.
And it's like, so this is just a continuation of a very proud tradition of like of kid stuff upon any scrutiny being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I really wonder what, like, there has to be still examples that are non-internet related that kids are doing today that are like continued folklore things that
There's
like,
gotta be.
they don't have reference to. Like, I want to know what the what the Minecraft version of that is.
Other than like the S, like the Superman S.
The Super S?
Yeah.
Oh, the cool S?
The cool S.
Everyone knows the cool S.
Everyone knows cool S. I've never drawn one.
I still
never
fuck it up
learned.
half the time. I always connect the lines wrong. I'm like, God damn.
So are we all going to get the tattoo of the cool S?
Yeah, let's get matching S tattoos. What about or like just like that the way to like draw a dog with a bunch of circles? That's like a weird thing we all learned somehow.
Yeah, or to never be alone with a science teacher.
Yeah. Everyone had a creepy
Everyone
science
knows
teacher.
that.
We all had a creepy science teacher. Right?
Everyone did, yeah.
It was always a science teacher.
Yeah, biology teacher.
Yeah, but yeah.
What the hell?
what's
Yeah.
it-
What
yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, right.
See, you just remember his face flashed, didn't it? You
I
were
was like, I was like, Armando, that's a taggy joke, and then I was just like, wait a minute.
no, and he,
No, it wasn't a
and
joke,
because he
it was a
put all the
fact.
girls
It's
with
like,
the
oh,
big
no.
boobs in the front row,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
See,
What
Yeah,
is
wait,
that, man?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, that's
Again,
right.
this just goes back to simulation theory, dog. It's that there's only a finite amount of things that can exist, and then everybody's just on the same repetition.
Can I? So
Science teacher's lovely bonesing all the children.
I've been thinking about this. Is like one of my favorite things is that like when you're a parent, right? You have to teach your kid a lot of important things about life.
Yeah.
Really early. Like you have to teach a kid how to shit, right?
can I say that's my one fear and why I will never become a parent? Because my one fear is like, what if I can't potty train a child?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
What
I'm
if I
saying.
can't?
You know
Just
how
have-
fucking hard it is to like teach it to fucking like no shit
Yeah.
right.
I potty trained myself out of spite one time. That's how I did
But
it.
you also have like a dog that you potty trained, right?
I
Like,
did.
you're-
She pees on command. It's awesome.
It's easier than that.
right.
Yeah.
don't
So imagine
know.
doing that with the baby going piss, and then it does.
If I say go potty, and just, like,
Here,
you get a
but,
treat.
but you know, I think there's like so much like truly like hardwired shit through evolution of indoor plumbing that like
You figure it
like,
out.
you potty training kids I feel like is not like
Sure.
it takes a while, but it's not like well now they're just crapping in their hands or in the corner
It's
like
still
that
weird-
doesn't that,
It's still weird to me that kids learn how to talk before they learn how to stop shitting themselves.
Yeah.
And they learn how to walk. So you can have a human walk up to you and be like, I shit. Like, just like,
I think it's still so funny again like we were talking about like evolution and things just like oh this is just like the best way to do it, but one thing that we absolutely as a species totally fucked up is that like babies super aren't done when they're born.
No.
Like they should
cook
like,
for another
they
year.
should cook for another
like
year frankly.
marsupial levels of
yeah.
underdeveloped.
Oh,
Just, like,
marsupials are disgusting.
absolutely vile.
At least
Yeah.
they don't do. At least we don't do that. But also, I would prefer like the giraffe model. Of
Just
just like
dump and run.
like a
Just-
giraffe or a
You're
deer.
talking
Or
about
an
like,
elephant
how you
where
can
they're
see
like-
a deer come out and start walking.
and start running immediately. Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be us.
A baby, I swear to God, I don't know how humanity has survived for this long because I've seen baby be born. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's really
It's
bad, and we
really
have
bad.
tools to like make
Right.
sure a baby
and
be good.
people still die a lot from it.
a lot.
A lot, like a lot, like
But-
a lot, like way too much. That like some places you have to do it.
Right.
Here's the thing though. That wasn't my final point. My point is that like it's interesting to me that there's a bunch of stuff that's really intimate and really gross that we do teach children how to do, like go to the bathroom, how to like wipe themselves.
Yeah.
We had a conversation the last time I was on the podcast about like how strange it is that different people wipe sitting down, standing up. It's like all about
Yeah.
personal
Mhm,
preference. What I think is really great is I remember when kids started, like my age, started learning about sex, and no one would talk to us about sex.
No, but we all got it somehow.
Yeah,
we
we all learned
figured it out.
something, and I remember
Yeah, from that science teacher.
I will never. Yeah, shuts up, Mr. P. I will never forget the moment that me and my 3 best friends in middle school were talking about masturbation, and everyone had a wild different theory as to how you were supposed to do it.
That's so funny.
And I've never like. I'm gonna be straight up.
You're gonna be honest. Are you gonna be vulnerable right now?
Yeah. So.
I'm sorry, I just pictured like the Apollo 13 scene with a bunch of scientists just dump a bunch of stuff on the table. Guys, we gotta learn how to come.
We gotta learn how to.
we gotta make this fit into this using only this. It's just like
that is what it is, and I promised that we wouldn't be horny, and I've broken my promise.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember being a kid, and like again, I may have talked about this before, but I found a porno mag in my stepdad's room, and I remember
That's
looking
where
at
they all
it.
are.
I remember
That's where every pornography magazine has existed forever.
That's another thing that all children have learned is to look in stepdad's secret closet.
It's always like it's like if I put it in the top drawer, the kid can't reach it.
Yeah,
right.
Well, your kid's 6'2" and he's 5, so of course I found it.
Yeah.
You're gonna look in your stepdad's secret drawer, and you're either gonna find something really upsetting or porn, and it's
and sometimes
or really upsetting porn.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember seeing a porn magazine for the first time and just being like, I want it, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I remember, this is kind of gross, I just pushed myself into the magazine because I was like, that's what feels right, and then I gave myself a paper cut. I gave myself a pee-pee cut.
Are we at time yet?
Almost. Anyway.
I feel like there's... I think it's a really good joke on Bob's Burgers when Gene finds himself sexually attracted to that puppet. There's like they go on a cruise and there's a puppet that Gene's really attracted to, and he doesn't know how to process the feelings. He's like, it feels like I have to pee, but I don't. Just like, what the earliest feelings of horny?
Yeah, because it's confusing.
That's so accurate.
The way that I've just tried to describe the first instance of being horny as a child is it's like you have all the ingredients to make a sandwich, but you don't know what the recipe is.
You don't know the
and you've
order
never
to stack
seen
them.
a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like you're like,
you just go, I got so much mayonnaise inside.
well, Jesus Christ.
But we all figured it out.
We all figured it out. That conversation, though, I'll never forget because I found out my friend Josh fucked a stuffed animal.
And he told you guys?
He told us that he was like, because
that's something you take to your grave.
It's something you die.
He goes.
Something
He
you die
told
about.
us because he went first. That was the best part. Is he went first and then didn't realize, and then I remember going like, that's not how you do it. You put your hand backwards like this, and you go.
Like you're casting a spell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Doing up close magic.
Yeah, I'm doing sleight of hand.
Doing sleight of hand on your dick. Just
Yeah.
I'm the Ricky J of masturbation.
I'm the David.
There's
I'm
the
the
episode
David.
title.
I'm the Chris Angel of jerking off.
Chris Angel,
Mind
just free.
freak.
No, just free.
Just freak.
Chris Angel, just free.
Isn't it funny that show is just editing, and we just like had 6 seasons of it?
Yeah.
It was just
like-
editing.
I made the Statue of Liberty disappear because I turned the camera a different angle.
It was just edit. It was all edits. My favorite is like there's one where he's like in a car that goes off of a cliff that explodes, but then he's on the helicopter above it, and it's clearly
They just cut.
cut. It's,
you guys-
it's so obvious.
Was it? So was magic always as big, or was that like a thing that happened when I was in school?
I think everybody went through a magic phase.
Yeah, I went through
There
a
were- yeah, like-
magic phase.
Penn and Teller, David Copperfield. like-
Yeah,
That is
Penn
true.
and
Yeah,
Teller,
we've always
yeah.
had like the pinnacle of.
Oh,
like,
and then like when I was a kid, there was like the guy who just exposed all of Magic's secrets on
Oh,
Fox.
yeah.
It was like
that
a
guy
was
4-night
great.
special.
That show
and
gave me nightmares though.
In the sexy Darth Maul.
Yeah.
whatever
It was
that
like
was.
I remember
blue,
that
he had
they-
like a blue mask.
Yeah.
part of the intro was they were like, we have to put him in a mask, otherwise David Blaine will try to kill
Well,
him.
yeah,
That
exactly.
part
Then the
scared
last
me.
episode was he took off the mask. I remember this. He took off the mask, and they're like, he's gonna finally reveal who he is, and his name was just like it was like Frank, and so like he pulls off the mask, he was like, I am Frank, and then that was the end of the show.
And everyone was like,
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what you didn't see was the red dot that went up to the top
Yeah.
of his head.
That's why they do such a hard cut. They
Yeah.
took the shot.
there's I can't remember. I think it's Joel Hodgson from MST3K had like a theory, and I think it's like a widely kind of subscribed to theory that a lot of comedians go through a magic phase.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like a way, because before you learn, when you're a kid, before you learn like how to do a bit or like construct like a joke, you learn the vocabulary of that through magic because it is a routine that has like a structure and is performable by anyone. Like once you learn how to do it, it's very easy to replicate. And that, because as a kid, that's very attractive because you learn how to, like a joke is like a magic trick because you take people down this sort of path and then you reveal a truth at the end that makes them laugh. And so like magic is very attractive to kids at an early age. Kids who will eventually become kids who will eventually become comedians definitely have a magic phase because they're learning the math of it.
Again, it's the universal childhood. It's weird. That's weird.
Because they like that, like learning that a routine. And I find that it's like, yeah, I think there's something very much to that.
I just wanted to steal people's watches. I thought that was so cool.
Truly, pickpocketing sleight of hand stuff is so fucking cool. Like, it's not cool, but it's cool to watch. It's
like so cool to watch.
It's cool to watch, but it's not cool.
I wanted to be a magician so fucking bad when I was a kid, but then I have these big fucking clumsy meaty hands, and so I realized that it's good because you can do stuff where that trick. And sorry, I'm gonna magicians were secrets revealed here. But there's a trick where you have a deck of cards and there's a card on it, and then you go, and then the card changes.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're pushing forward the card on top with your back of your hand. You're pushing it back.
Yeah.
Pushing the card underneath back, and then you're tucking the top card under and then putting the bottom card on top. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And when you have big hands,
you can obscure everything.
Yeah. When you have big hands, you just go, wah, but then it becomes somehow more obvious what you're doing. Because it's well, that's not really special. You covered the entire deck of cards.
Right. A deck of cards in your hands looks like a fucking sugar packet.
Yeah. These hands are fucking every time I hold a can of beer, somebody's like, oh, fucking Andre the Giant. Yeah, I get it. I'm massive. Okay?
But the thing, I love when you're oh yeah, I really wanted to be learn how to take someone's watch, and then I realized I could just ask for their fucking watch.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's because
I don't need to learn how to give me your watch.
I would watch people do the thing where they were okay, let me shake your hand, and then they would do it, and they would have their watch, and I was I could never do that, but I could walk up to somebody and go, give it to me. Give me your watch.
Okay, just don't hurt me.
Yeah, give it to me. I'm not fucking kidding.
And then you just start doing magic.
Shut up.
He's gonna do a magic trick with it. All right, so this is a normal watch. I got it from the.
Wow.
It's editing, baby. Oh shit.
Oh no.
It's gone forever.
I threw it under the couch.
Oh.
Could I seriously have my watch there?
It's under the couch.
All right, well, forget it.
You can get it. You can get it in the post show.
I'll get it in the post show. Yeah, I remember learning. Oh man. Oh god. No, sorry. I just had one of those tree of life memories of early embarrassment, which is I remember elementary school talent show.
Those bring you into consciousness.
Oh, man. Why you gotta say shit like that? Now I'm lost in the sauce.
We never got a talent show.
Elementary school talent show. I didn't do it. This is one of my earliest memories of secondhand embarrassment.
Oh boy.
Elementary school talent show, and a kid was doing a magic routine.
No.
And he couldn't get it right.
No.
And just was floundering on stage, couldn't get the card trick to work, and had an assistant, and it was just falling apart, and eventually just had to walk off stage.
Ooh.
And was visibly upset. And I was just as a kid, just
I'm shocked you could go into entertainment after that.
I truly that should have been enough to scare people away. But that's how I knew I had that dog in me.
You had that dog in you because you were I wouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have done that.
I would have done it good.
If it was me, personally,
I wouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, do it again. This time with talent.
I remember the first magic trick I ever got was the little box that you put the card into, and then you. The trick is again that there's a thin little piece of plastic that looks like the bottom of the case. So when you flip it over, that just falls down, and then when you open it, it looks like the card disappears.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that because I was fucking 8 and I couldn't, and I didn't want to read the instructions.
Yeah.
I just saw the guy at the magic shop do it, and I went, I can do that. And so I kept putting the card in and then shaking it and opening it, and the card was still there. I kept doing it and I couldn't figure it out. And then one time I did it, accidentally flipped it over, opened it, and the card was gone. And I went, and I thought I was real magic.
Okay, I'll tell you my most disappointing magic story.
Yes, please.
Again, like you all, I tried magic, and I got really good at card magic, and I got and I could never get sponge magic because my hands are too small.
It's a
what?
it's a miracle we've gotten.
Sponge balls. It's
the little
sponge magic.
And that's all I wanted to do is get really good at sponge ball magic. And this other trick that was in the kit, it was like this handkerchief trick. And the sponge ball magic and the handkerchief trick was the reasons why I bought it. And the saddest thing that's ever happened to me, and this is my experience with racism, is that I don't know if you guys know the handkerchief trick is that you pull a handkerchief like out of nothing.
Yeah.
It's a fake thumb.
Yeah.
The thumb that comes with it is a white thumb. And I am a small black child. So I can't use the fake thumb that you're supposed to put the fucking handkerchief into so that you can, magic like pull it out of nothing. Because you're gonna see a fucking white
You in your
thumb.
room with like a fucking magic marker.
There's a preamble to the trick of like, I've turned my thumb white.
Yeah,
You work it into the
he's like, hey Andrew, can I borrow this? Ooh.
Let me tell you about the mystical power of Vida Largo.
It was such a bummer. It was like 3 tricks I wanted to do: the handkerchief trick, the sponge balls, and pulling something out of the hat. And 2 of those, my dreams killed out of the 15 trick kit I bought.
Talking about magic, it is a miracle we've fucked. It is a miracle we've had sex.
To be fair, it took a very long time.
I think about that.
Agreed, but it's just like just talking about it now, I'm like, God, the fact that I've had sex is just insane.
I think about that all the time.
It's more of an indictment on the other person.
Yeah,
truly. No, yeah, really slumming it with a fucking nerdy entertainer.
We're for she let me hit because I'm goofy.
Yeah, she let me hit. She let me hit because I'm a silly goose.
Yeah, I've silly goosed my way into many a woman, but that's about it.
I remember one of the angriest I've ever been is when I was like 18, 19 or something. I broke up with somebody, and then like we tried to stay friends, and so like we kept following each other on social media and stuff. And she posted something on Instagram, and so I had been like, I was 20. It was when I was 21, because I remember at this point I was sleeping in a car and trying to be a comedian and having no other job or any other thing.
Nice.
And everyone told me that, oh, you can't just be funny. Like, no one's going to pay you to be funny. So, again, this was back in the day. No one did pay me to be funny.
You can't get a salary by telling cum jokes.
No, you can't. No one will hire you for that.
It's impossible.
And so I remember she like posted like a thing at the beach, and she was like, "You're doing so well." And one of her friends commented like, "Oh man, I'm glad you're doing so much better. I remember a couple months ago when we were calling and talking about your fucking bum boyfriend." And I read that and I first got mad, and then I was like, you dated a bum. Fuck you.
Yeah. You knew who I was when we started dating.
Yeah, like I might have been a bum, but you dated a homeless person, so
that's on you.
You fucked a guy living in a Honda Civic, so
not even in the Accord.
Yeah. Like, who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
The fool fucker.
I might be a loser, but you fucked a loser. So I only fuck winners, baby. That bitch own a house now. But she can't get the stank out. No. You ever think about people that way? It's a fucked up way, and I don't mean it fully, but there are some times where you're like, I'm glad you're doing well, but you ain't gonna get the stink out.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. I've been there.
You didn't even fuck me when I was successful.
Right.
You really climbed down into the trash heap for this clown.
Yeah, have fun with that. This is horrible. Why do I ruin everything I love? And I don't mean people, I mean this show. Sure. I ruin people all the time. That's fine.
That's whatever.
I've made my peace with God about that. But.
I feel bad because beforehand we were talking about like, well, we shouldn't make the episodes too horny, and like we shouldn't be too rowdy. Try to have some semblance of a show. And then I came on here and I was like, the first time I got horny, I cut my pee-pee on a magazine.
Here's the thing about that. Is like these are very I disagree with like this, like, oh, the show is too horny, because these are fundamental universal human experiences.
Yeah.
Sure.
Especially people like our age. This isn't a kid's show.
Yeah.
At all. Like, so like, I feel like these are very relatable human experiences.
I feel
like the embarrassment of that, the raw humanity of that, I feel like is very entertaining and very
I prefer this over the fake horniness of like a YouTuber that makes videos for what is ostensibly a child audience, where they're like the thumbnail is just like, my girlfriend did anything I asked her to do for 24 hours. And it's just like him going like this and like her like just like pixeled out. And I'm like, that's bad.
That's gross.
What we do, no child is watching this.
One of the things that I do like is that Griff hangs out with a lot of really cool people, and Blizz too. They hang out with like a lot
Too cool.
They hang out with cool people, but what I really like is they're like part of their brands. Your friends' brands are like being kind of like horny on main. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like that's fun and it's cute because that's their brand. And then you get me around them, and well, like me, Iffy, Andrew, you,
people who are
where it's
actually
like
horny.
like horny in the trenches.
Yeah, they're like horny in theory, and we're just like
we're fucking out here. I'm the Rambo of horny. Like, that might be a bad.
The
Rambo first pud.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, God. Sorry,
I'm talking about
disgusting.
this thing.
Can we cut that?
Pud is the fucking worst.
No! Don't you
No, we're
dare!
leaving that in.
You leave that one in.
I think I'm more of the Rocky
like,
horny.
Yes.
Pud
Rocky
isn't a
II
word
horny.
that you need to bleep, but you should.
Yeah. Like, honestly, that needs to replace shit on words you can't say on TV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
100%.
ADR that.
That's what I'm trying to say very poorly is that like it's not a brand for us.
No, it's just
This is
something
just
that
who we are.
happens.
It's a lifestyle.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like we don't market ourselves as like the horny bunch, but it just happens.
Yeah.
If I had to market us, I would market us as the dudes who only wear neutral bunch.
Oh yeah.
Earth Tone Gang.
Earth
about
Tone
that,
Gang.
about
Yeah.
that life.
Oh,
no, that's
no.
the thing is like
My pants are too short. They showed off a little bit of my calf.
I'm just showing. I'm high waters
Ooh,
all
little
day.
ankle.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
ooh, love it.
Or-
Victorian. Yeah.
Oh, wait, actually, baby girl, whore, slut.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are three
what about-
categories of men.
Okay.
But what are you?
Me, I'm baby girl.
Okay.
Okay, now define these categories because
I
we
feel
do
like
know.
they were self-explanatory.
baby girl,
Mhm.
Baby girl is
whore.
No. Start. What's baby girl?
Baby
I'm
girl.
baby girl.
You're baby girl.
Who's a baby girl?
Because you're pretty and you're soft.
I would also say that like Gus is a baby girl.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And by baby
Oh,
girl.
that I see how you are a baby girl. If Gus is a baby girl, and I'm a baby.
You're a baby girl.
That makes sense.
Well, what's the connective tissue?
I don't know. It's just a vibe.
It's
Okay.
a vibe.
It's just a vibe. Okay,
Yeah.
but then so whore.
Whore.
Yeah.
Someone
it's
give me-
chain out.
But then who else is?
It's chain out. Okay.
Who else is a
whore?
whore?
Yeah, let's triangulate.
BK.
No, Chris.
Really?
Blaine?
Oh,
Blaine's
no,
baby,
Blaine-
Blaine's
no,
baby girl.
Blaine's
Yeah.
baby girl.
Blaine's baby girl. Chris is a whore.
No, please don't.
Yeah.
Blizz
Don't-
is
I'm sorry.
Blizz
Fuck.
is also.
I mean, I love
whore.
Chris,
Yeah.
but I don't
Blizz?
want to.
Blizz is also a whore.
Not a slut.
No, you're a slut.
Who else
I'm
is
a slut.
slut?
Who else is?
Right. Because again, it's all vibe based.
It's all vibe based.
I cannot believe
This is going to sound very controversial, and again, this is vibes
I mean,
alone.
I'm still hung up on Chris and Andrew being in the same category.
No,
That's
that
still-
makes sense.
I'd
Vibes alone. Dante.
The Inferno guy?
No, in IT.
Oh,
He's got
fun-
slutty vibes.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought you meant like me and the guy.
Dante
who-
the Inferno.
Yeah,
Dante
yeah,
the
going
Inferno.
through
No.
hell.
No,
I mean,
no, Dante
but
and
to be
IT.
fair, historically,
Sure,
Dante
sure.
was also a
kind of
Yeah.
a slut.
Yeah.
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 That's what got him.
Yeah. it's-
Dante-
Okay, I'm gonna need
Three
one more
categories.
whore example
One more
because
whore?
I cannot.
because Chris is such a wild card.
That's
Is he?
I'm
Okay.
still putting.
I think Chris.
well,
Chris is the example
the
for me.
Uber.
We also said Blizz
And Blizz. I said Blizz. Too.
Oh, okay.
for whore.
for
Yeah.
whore.
All right.
I also said BK. I think all of IG.
But
all
wait,
of
you-
IG.
You were men only. You
Yeah.
said men only.
Yeah, this is what the men are three categories, and those are three categories.
Okay.
Hmm.
So give me. Okay, so it's me, Chris, and Blizz.
Yeah.
Are part of that.
Mhm.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Yeah. Put that in a category.
Whore.
Whore?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a baby
That's
girl.
He's a baby
yeah,
girl.
It's a baby
John
girl.
Hamm's a
right?
baby
Okay.
girl.
No.
You want him to be a whore because you want to be like
Actually,
John Hamm.
I would. Actually, you know what? I would put him in slut. I would put him in slut.
He could be a slutty baby girl, perhaps.
stubble,
But he is
slut.
baby girl first.
Clean shaven,
Even though he's a
baby girl.
terrible person.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
like
John
li-
Hamm's a nightmare.
What?
Allegedly.
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 Aww. I
I
like all of his characters because they're all good.
They're all
And
one
apparently,
guy.
Flo from Progressive. Also
Oh
a
yeah,
nightmare.
terrible.
Will only talk. Was that you who told me she only talks through her assistant?
I didn't say that.
The-
I'm one
well,
of the
true-
many
that's fine.
people who have.
Truly, like nothing could be more of a monkey's paw wish than like the flow
Oh.
from Progressive. Like
To
thing,
be
it's like
an improver
it's
and
like
to get a gig.
it's like It's like I want to be a successful improver.
And I
It's
want
like,
everyone to know,
congratulations.
like everyone knows my name.
like so much like probably one of the wealthiest commercial actors in
100%.
all of history will only be known for that role.
Only be Flo from Progressive.
Only like cannot really do anything.
It's a real monkey's paw.
Exactly.
It's like the AT&T girl with the big yabos.
With the big yabos.
Who was in that Werewolves movie?
Madre de
Werewolves
Dios.
Within.
Oy.
Werewolves Within.
Do you
but
know what's fucked? Is I found out her bra size is 5G.
Is it time?
it's time.
that
So
is-
I want to. We're
that
ending
is
the episode.
definitely
We're ending the
time.
episode.
Come on.
Can you turn the lights off? We're ending
No,
it.
come
Wrap it up.
on.
That is
Wrap
No,
it up.
come on.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the RT podcast.
To be fair,
We'll be back next week with the steak off. It's going to be Gus's last episode. You're going to want to tune in. You're not going to want to miss that. We'll see you in the post show where we're all going to be admonishing Armando and muting his mic.
I would.
That's right.
I'd fuck any representative from any insurance company. If I'm being honest with you.
You're all fired.
Yeah, from Flo would.
So the
Jake, absolutely.
So what about the-
Geico
what about the-
Gecko? I'm turning
what
him
about-
inside out.
what about the hump day?
Stack
the
of
hump
money
day
with
camel?
googly
The hump day
eyes.
camel? Yeah.
Stack of money with googly eyes.
Stack of money with googly eyes?
Fucking up in them
The
guts.
caveman? What about the caveman?
No, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Liberty, liberty,
emu?
liberty.
Liberty
the
emu.
emu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the guy who looks like Eric that's with the emu? That should have been Eric.
Absolutely. To both. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. We had a wonderful time. Don't send this to my boss.
I was here the whole time.
The one who can fire us.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Mm.